Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at another budget gaming mouse, and this time it's the Gamdias Zeus E1 with the NYX E1 gaming mouse pad. So here we go.
Come and play with us, Daddy.
So first of all, I'd like to thank Gamdias for sending this out to me, and if you're interested in the mouse, I'll have a link down in the description to take you to the Amazon page. It's on sale right now as of the time of this video for $18.68, where normally it's $40 US, so check out that link and get a great deal. So let's get into the specs. First of all, the build is all plastic, and in some areas you can really feel that plastic. It doesn't feel like an overly cheap mouse, but you can definitely feel that it's not as solid as some of the other gaming mice in this price range. Now that being said, the buttons and the scroll wheel on the mouse are really solid. There's of course the left and the right mouse button, the scroll wheel, which is also clickable. So that's a third button there. And then you have the forward and back button on the left-hand side, and then a DPI switch that lets you switch from the 1000 up to 3200 DPI to kind of fine-tune your gaming. So the actual design of the mouse is an ergonomic design, but it's actually a little bit bigger than some of the other ergonomic gaming mice that I've reviewed recently, but that's actually a good thing because this is one of the few mice that I've used that are just as comfortable in the palm grip as they are in the claw grip, and you can get to the left and right button and the forward and back button very easily in either of those grips. So this is pretty much good for whatever style you use for holding onto that mouse. Another nice feature of this mouse is on the left and right side, there's a textured rubberized grip that it really helps in keeping hold of that mouse, and I've never had it slip out of my hand during gameplay. It's actually really nice just to have that little extra friction there to keep the mouse in your palm. One thing that's really visually appealing about this mouse is that RGB lighting. It kind of goes around the outside of the mouse, lights up the scroll wheel, and lights up the Gamdias logo on the mouse. There's no way to control that. I haven't found a way to set a specific color for that RGB strip, but it does add to the visual appeal of the mouse and actually looks really, really nice. So part of what makes this a gaming mouse versus just a regular mouse is that selectable DPI that I mentioned before. Now using that DPI switch, you can select between 1000, 1600, 2400, or 3200 DPI. And in addition to that, there's a very fast polling rate of 125 Hertz. So you can get that precision and dial in that DPI to match your play style or the situation that you're in within the game and switch it on the fly. So talking about gameplay, I had a very solid experience during gameplay. I had very solid tracking. Everything seemed to be spot on there. And then as far as the firing and using all the buttons, everything worked. I'd never had any misclicks or double clicks, and it seemed to be a pretty solid gaming experience. So switching gears for a second and talking about that mouse pad that's included in the box. It's actually a pretty small mouse pad at about 9 inches by 7 inches, but the design of it is very, very solid and it's very smooth. The mouse glided over it very well with very little friction, and it's actually a really, really nice mouse pad. Again, it's a little bit on the smaller side, but it's included for free and it works really well, so I can't complain too much. So all in all, I would say this is a really solid budget gaming mouse. I wish there was some kind of software where you could control that RGB lighting and do some macros and set up some profiles for different games so you could just load those profiles when you load into the game. I haven't been able to find anything like that for this mouse. That's the only thing that I feel like is missing, but otherwise it's a really solid option. And if you're looking for a budget gaming mouse, this is one that you should probably consider looking into. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And come see me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I love meeting new people on those platforms and chatting with them. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.